Greetings to all of you. I am Jennifer Isay de Vera, and today we're going to talk about media, globalization, and hybridization. Several reasons explain the analytical shift of cultural imperialism to globalization. First, the end of the Cold War as the global framework for ideological, geopolitical, and economic competition calls for a rethinking of the analytical category and paradigms of thought. By giving rise to the United States as a sole superpower and at the same time making the world more fragmented, the end of the Cold War ushered in the era of complexity between global forces, of cohesion, and local reactions of dispersal. In this complex era, the nation-state is no longer the scale or dominant player since transitional transactions occur on subnational, national, and supranational levels. Conceptually, globalization appears to capture this complexity better than cultural imperialism. Second, according to John Tomlinson, 1991, globalization replaced cultural imperialism because it conveys a process with a less coherence and direction, which will weaken the cultural unity of all nation-states, not only those in developing world. Finally, globalization has emerged as a key perspective across the humanities and social science, a current undoubtedly affect the discipline of communication. In fact, the globalization of culture has become a conceptual magnet attracting research and theorizing efforts from a variety of discipline and interdiscipline formations such as anthropology, comparative literature, cultural studies, communication and media studies, geography, sociology, international communication. It has been active interlocutor in this debate because media in information technologies plays an important role in the process of globalization. Although media are undeniably one of the engines of cultural globalization, the size and intensity of the effect of the media on globalization of culture is a contested issue revolving around the following question. Did the mass media trigger and create the globalization of culture? Or is it the globalization of culture an old phenomenon that has only been intensified and made more obvious with the advent of transitional media technologies? Like the old age question about whether the egg came before the chicken or vice versa. The question about relationship between media and the globalization of culture is difficult to answer. Let's now move on to the decoding part. Question number 4. Would you consider the facts presented in the infographics related to globalization? As the definition itself, globalization refers to the spread of the flow of financial products, goods, technology, service, information, cultural practices, and jobs across the national borders or around the globe. One of the results of globalization is a rise in numbers of interactions that take place between people from various parts of the world and their respective population. Just like the infographic that is currently displayed on the screen, it is about globalization and how companies like the Starbucks and McDonald's are globally spreading to link people all over the world through the products they sell like coffee and the fries. In addition to this, it reveals the sources of their raw goods as well as the sales and the stores that have been opened all over the world.
And that brings us to the end. I'd like to thank you for your time and attention today. Thank you so much, and I appreciated your interest for listening.